Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am Juliana. I'm a blogger at missjules.com, and if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I don't post videos every day, but now and then, depending on the need, I will try to post. So I'm a mother of two, and I'm also a triathlete, and yeah, I think that's about it on myself. So basically today I will be talking about being resourceful, and why it's getting more and more important to be resourceful in the 21st century, where every day we face many kind of issues, problem, stress, which needs to be managed. Hence, being resourceful gives us the advantage of knowing what to do, how to react given a certain situation or circumstance, right? So what would be my definition for being resourceful? It's basically and essentially equipping ourselves with knowledge, skills. Okay, I'm already giving you the answer. During the first take, I was going to ask what do you think of when somebody mentions the word resource to you. Most of the time you would be thinking of something tangible, something mechanical, which you can use to achieve something, like a calculator to do math to calculate. So basically anything, knowledge, skills, technology, and also things like values, principles which you hold on to, your culture, your faith, those are resources. What else? What else besides that? Connections, relationships, those are also resource. Meaning, without some of those resources, it might disable us. If certain issues come up and you don't know those resources, you don't have access to those resources, can be problematic at times. I know I'm not giving specific example here, but I'll go there, don't worry. So why am I talking about being resourceful on a Monday afternoon? I'm from Malaysia, so now it's 4 o'clock, right? So why am I talking about being resourceful? Sounds like random, but not really. The last video I did, I was basically giving away some tips, practical tips on how to manage stressful situation, on why we shouldn't be reacting, but we should be evaluating situation before we react. And basically somebody who viewed that video asked me why did I post that video? Did something happen to me? Well, regardless whether something happened to me or not, I would at my best advantage try to take advantage of that situation and try to share the lesson from that story, and also at the same time applying the knowledge which I have learned as a student of psychology for undergrad and also postgraduate. I will try to relate and impart that knowledge, so it becomes more practical and easy for us to understand, hopefully, and apply in our daily life. So to the person who asked, I hope this answers your question, why did I post that question. And actually I had a red eye when on the day I posted that video. Got it from my kid, so yeah, so maybe I look bad that day. Okay, so I've mentioned to you why am I talking about this topic of being resourceful. So let me share with you an example, right? So imagine like two person, right? Person A and person B, both are working in in the corporate setting, and maybe same job levels, same job, same stress level, and yeah. So given those are default, person A seems like less what's the word, less stressed than person B. Okay, say person B has gone to the highest level of stress and is in the brink of burnout. Okay, so just giving an example, right? And imagine these two employees, person A and person B, have the same sort of like team structure at their workplace. Okay, same type of boss, same type of colleagues, all the same. So and I've mentioned that one person is stressed, one person is not stressed, and the other person is at the brink of burnout. So studies have shown that like employees handle situations, they handle stress differently, and this actually hints the role of personality in risk for burnout. So here how can we take this as a good case or example on like why being resourceful can be an advantage for person A, and also should be provided or looked for by person B. Okay, so maybe person A actually have been trained or have learned about how to manage stresses at work, or maybe they have learned on skills like time management, work management, and they are disciplined. So those are actually resources for them. Those resources have enabled this person to continue to work and manage their stress, and not landing him or herself to the brink of burnout. But person B, for example, maybe he lacks on the knowledge of time management and work management. Okay, example. And on top of that, he doesn't understand that his personality, for example, he's the type of person who depends on external validation. All right, we know commonly external validation. There are certain type of personalities of people. I mean, you can try to relate to this and think of someone who has a tendency for they crave for external validation. And I'm not saying it's not good, but some people, they only push themselves, they only really work hard only when there is external validation. And when you take that validation away, what happens? This is what happens. You see, some people, they are in the office at their desk, but they are not doing their work, and they pretend to be busy when their superior passes by, or their boss, and that's basically the issue. And like internally, they are somewhat not motivated to work, and perhaps another form of external validation is that they want what matters to other people, or what other people think of them, matters a lot to them. Okay, meaning as long as they are nice to other people and they pretend to be doing their job when they are actually not, that one is more important. And when no one's around, and perhaps this person just doesn't bother to go after that deadline, and I'm sure all of us can relate to this. Like, we only do something when someone's looking, and when there's a tangible token at the end, then we do it. But if the result is not spontaneous and it's not tangible, there is a likelihood that we might not work for what we should be working for. Okay, I think that was a long example. So yeah, basically being resourceful actually helps us identify our strength and our weakness. Okay, so like, for example, like you face a situation and you manage to face that situation. Another person might not know how to manage that situation, but you did. There's something about you which enabled you to do just that. It can be your personality, it can be your principle or your value, a mix of those, right? And yeah, so those are strength and weakness. So like, for example, in one situation you were able to manage it, but in another, just like, to give another example, right? Some people, they are so good at work, but they suck in for example, relationship. Or some people, they are good at they're good in sports, but not so at work, right? So actually, in those different situations, by default, they have a given set of resource which they have in hand, right? And whether it enables or disables that person, that is the ultimate result of of what type of resources which they have.